We've been anticipating this one. Jupiter ingresses into Gemini this year. I'll be approaching another Jupiter return, and as a Gemini rising, I have learned a lot about luck, abundance, and expansion. From my experiences and contemplations of my last return 12 years ago, having gone from someone who's never felt lucky to deeply understanding now that luck isn't an event or circumstance bestowed only upon a select few, but that luck happens to those who listen to their hearts and dare to dive into the unknown with trust and faith.
There's no way to speak or reach out my hand.
Hi beautiful souls, it's Tan back here again today with you with another thing that I wanted to share with you today, and that is about luck and being lucky now that Jupiter is moving into Gemini this year in my first house, which is ruled by Gemini. So I've really been feeling into sharing this with you guys because the last time Jupiter was here was 11 or 12 years ago. And I want to share with you today specifically about how to always be lucky. And of course, I think that the word always is a bit deceiving here because you can't always be lucky. But I do think that there is a way, there is a wisdom about luck and a wisdom about how you can bring more lucky chances into your life that I want to share with you. And of course, we are all, looking to feel a little bit more lucky or to feel like things just kind of happen to us without us having to put in the effort. And the universe is kind of supporting us and giving us these opportunities when we're not really putting in any effort. And that's how I would term luck. It's not like something that we're working for, working towards, we're predicting that it would come, we're strategizing to make it happen, but it just kind of happens. And there's been instances in my life that have made me felt really lucky. And I want to say that one of those instances is my current relationship and the partner that I currently have, which is my lovely Aryan. You guys have probably seen him in a lot of my videos. And because Jupiter rules my 7th house and also rules my 10th house, so these are the areas of my life that I have felt more luck in. Although sometimes more so the 7th and the 10th in terms of the people that I meet in my life and my current partner that I currently have. And sometimes I've been thinking like I want to be able to share to you guys like how to attract the right partner, how to bring the right people into your life. But every time I want to talk about that, I'm just like, I don't really know, because how I met my partner is really something that is luck. So let's get right into it. The first thing that I want to share with you about how you can always be lucky is about seizing the right opportunities. That is what it is. It is about recognizing when an opportunity has presented itself to you and when you need to say yes to this opportunity. And I think this is something that can be applied to all human design types, but because I'm a projector myself, this is more about knowing when the right invitation has come for us projectors and then saying yes to that invitation. And this is something that can be a little bit tricky because when you're getting the right invitation, it's like somebody has come into your life and they recognize and they see you for exactly how you want to be seen, or maybe they even see something within you that is beyond the potential that you know you have. The more that somebody or some situation comes into your life and they elevate you, maybe they tell you that you have these gifts, these potentials, that you're amazing, but you don't even think that you are. Like, these are the opportunities that you definitely have to say yes to. And I think that for all the other human design types, like for generators and manifesting generators, it's seizing the right opportunities in response to whatever's happening in the world, right? And for manifestors, it's seizing the right opportunities when your inner urge, when the right inner urge comes up. And for reflectors, it would be something like seizing the right opportunities because of the wisdom that you have gained throughout a full moon cycle. Not a full moon cycle yet, throughout a full cycle. And if you guys are watching and you have Jupiter in Gemini, because Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini, I want to let you know that it's not as bad as you might think, because I think out of all of the zodiac signs where there's like these opposites, Gemini and Sagittarius are a polarity that is much more similar than any of the other zodiac polarities. I feel like Gemini and Sagittarius have so much more in common than, Taurus and Scorpio. or Aries and Libra. Like they are the opposites that have more in common than any other opposite. And I think that that is also because they are mutable. So they are more open and flexible to other ways of being and thinking. And of course, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And so it is in detriment in Gemini. But I think that one of the obstacles that Jupiter and Gemini has, and if you can overcome this, you can be really lucky, is using the mind over the heart or the intuition. But I think that we are all intuitive. And I know this, we are all born intuitive individuals. But the Jupiter in Gemini individual, like me, myself, we have been taught to not listen to our heart or to not listen to our intuition, that maybe it's not safe. And we just use our mind. And when the mind kicks in, the mind starts making excuses for when the right opportunity comes, so we don't seize those opportunities. And another way that I see this manifesting as well is that this is how I resonate more with having Jupiter in Gemini, is seizing too many opportunities. Because I know, because my intuition has not been so great, especially in my 20s. It's like, I don't know if I should say yes to this person or this experience, so I'm just gonna say yes to everything, right? And the thing about doing that is that it can cost you your energy, your time, your money, sometimes your self-worth. But you are going to learn from that. So I would say grab more opportunities than grab less, because the more opportunities you grab, the more you actually learn. The less opportunities that you grab, the less that you will experience life. And I think that throughout life experience, through getting out of our books and getting out of the library and actually experiencing life, meeting people, traveling, understanding how the world actually operates and works, is really important for Jupiter in Gemini individuals to embrace and have the wisdom about when their intuition and their heart is kicking, that's telling them to grab certain opportunities. And I think that the other thing about luck is similar to what I just mentioned, but there's something interesting about being in the right place at the right time as well. And of course, to be in the right place at the right time, you have to listen to your body. And there's a particular gene key that's associated with luck, and that's gene key 46. And that is about serendipities, being in the right place at the right time. And this is something where you love your body so much that the body is more important to you than your mind, and you may be somewhere and things just happen in the way that you hadn't expected. And I have experienced this a lot when I am in nature and when my body says, go there. Like if I'm doing a hike, for example, and there's a trail, right? You've all experienced that. But I don't always go on the trail. Sometimes I go off the beaten path because my body says, well, if you go there, I don't know, it's just enticing. And then I go there and then I discover a secluded, natural, crystal clear pool where I can swim and bathe in and just have a beautiful, amazing experience, and it feels so magical, right? These are the experiences where you are taking the adventure of listening to your body and listening to nature and seeing how that will go. And when it comes to seizing the right opportunities, with my current partner, the way that we met was really, to me, felt like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He sent me an email when I was first just starting my YouTube channel. So he was watching my YouTube channel and sent me an email. And that time I had like 300 subscribers. And so if somebody was sending me an email, I would respond. And I think he was one of the first few people that have ever sent me an email to talk about astrology. But now, of course, if you're sending me an email, I may not always respond because I may not always check. But at that time, I was like, ooh, somebody's watching my channel, so I'm gonna respond. And then that's how we kicked off and started to talk about astrology. What he wrote in the email was telling me, like, let's have a conversation. Let's grab this opportunity and be open and talk to this person and see what happens. But of course, in my 20s, I've also met and been in relationships that I just said yes to, and I went into them and then they ended up being quite abusive or toxic. And yes, they were not the right opportunities for me, but they were also a blessing in disguise in many ways because they had allowed me to learn more about myself, learn how to love myself so that I could love myself when I'm in this current relationship that I'm in. And so everything does happen for a reason, but you also have the power or the will to make the decision whether you're going to open your doors to certain opportunities or not. And that is the key, the most important thing to allowing luck into your life. And the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys about how you can always remain lucky is generosity. And this is, of course, very well known as something that the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of luck, is very well known for, is the generosity of Jupiter. And the thing about abundance, prosperity, which is also associated with Jupiter, and luck, which is associated with Jupiter, is that prosperity is about sharing. And it is about creating it and co-creating it with others. And the more that you give, the more that the universe actually gives back to you. And sometimes the universe gives back to you in ways that you may not have expected. These things may feel lucky, but it's actually because you have given a lot. And by giving a lot, you actually put your energy, put yourself, put your spirit and your soul out there into the universe. It's like opening a doorway. It's like every time that you give, you have to open a door to give something to somebody or to nature or to the universe in some ways. And by opening that door, things might just keep flooding into your life. When it comes to your career and your, let's say, your contributions to the world, you know, your aspirations in this life, to have the right opportunities come your way, you have to give first. For example, you are like a content creator, right? You have to make content. You have to give and keep giving. And you have to love what you're giving, because if you are giving, like you're making content, you're putting stuff out on social media, for example, this is an example. And every time that you give, you feel like there's insecurities coming up, you feel like it's so boring, or maybe it's really tiring, then maybe it's not the right avenue for you, and you can find other avenues in which you can give. But if it feels right for you, keep doing it. You're just opening up the doorway for people to see you, right? That's the beautiful thing about giving, is that it generates this ripple effect. It goes out into the world. It's like pixie dust. You scatter more pixie dust. That is what you're giving. You're giving this magic into the world, and it's being returned back to you. So if you're feeling stuck, like you want things to happen in your life, but they're not happening, give first. And ask yourself, like, what do you have to give? What do you have to offer? Once you're in touch with that, and once you can do that, I guarantee you that the doors are going to open for you to be receiving all the luck and abundance and prosperity in return. I really feel deep in my heart that knowledge is something that needs to be given freely. But there's other things, like specific tailored knowledge to certain individuals that, okay, you can't really give freely because it's tailored to that individual, right? But general knowledge should be something that's given freely. And once you give that freely, I guarantee you that the universe is going to respond in return. All right, beautiful souls, I hope that you enjoyed some of the tips I have in this video, and I'm sending you a lot of luck and abundance, prosperity, and love during this new Jupiter in Gemini transit that's happening, and many kisses to all of you.
Running up stones on the edge of the bank, rally the troops for